I'm Nikki with Effortless Travel, and of course, I run the group Tallahassee Bus Trips, offering great bus trips for around the Tallahassee, Wakulla, Gaston, Jefferson area. So I wanted to jump on and just see if anybody's around that has any questions they want to ask about upcoming bus trips. And I want just to address some of my most frequent asked questions. So one of the most frequent asked questions is, where do I leave my car? So if you're local to the area or around the area, we normally recommend either getting dropped off or leave your car parked there and have someone come pick it up if it's a longer trip. Now, a lot of times we try to pick a public location to park. And so you might leave your car there, but we can't guarantee its safety, in which really you can't guarantee your car's safety parking anywhere lately, even if you're just going into Publix. You can come back out and somebody might have dinged your car. But that's what we recommend with parking. So if you're local to the area, get dropped off or get somebody to come pick up your car, vice versa, Uber, taxi. I even had some people that live in St. Augustine and they taxied to the Jacksonville pickup because it was cheaper than paying to park the car at the airport. Another thing, you can, if you're staying the night at a hotel, pick a hotel near Walmart, and you could take a taxi or come drop your stuff off at Walmart. And if we have time and it's right there in the area, I know the bus will pull out and it drives past all the hotels in the area. They might pick you up standing by the road. We'll figure it out, but don't worry about the parking. You'll be fine. Next thing is, a lot of people say, well, when will we get the detailed itinerary? Well, normally about 2 months before the trip departs, 1.5 at the latest, Diamond Tours will send us a detailed itinerary with everything we're going to be doing on the trip. It'll have the list of all the hotels, the address, the phone numbers. It will have the places where all the prepaid meals are going to be. It has their address, their phone number. So if you have any questions about what's going to be served or what's around the hotel or what the hotel has to offer, you'll have their phone numbers and the exact address. If you want to give it to your families and friends, you'll have that readily available. It also tells you when we'll have our step-on, step-off guide coming to get on the bus and what we'll be doing that day. So about 1 to 2 months prior to the trip, we'll have a detailed itinerary that tells us everything, even an estimated time at what time we'll be at the hotel, what time we'll be at each attraction and location, what time we'll be around dinner, things like that. So you'll have all the information that you could probably possibly want, and then you'll have a lot more questions. All right, the second thing is, at that same time, they will send us luggage tags. So you don't have to provide that. Diamond Tours provides the luggage tags for any kind of luggage you might have. And they also provide lanyards with your name. So you'll be able to know everybody's name on the bus, and you'll be able to easily recognize if someone's in your tour. And you won't have to say, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Everybody can bring small carry-on on the bus. And what we recommend is anything that you're going to need during our journey, have that on the bus. Because when we go to the rest stops, you don't have to ask the bus driver, hey, I need to get something out of my suitcase I forgot to put on the inside of the bus. Anything that you're going to need, your medication, small water bottle, headphones, book, things like that, make sure you put that in a small little bag and bring it on the bus with you. So that's it. The bus, tell us about the bus. They always tell me, what's the bus going to be like? Well, I honestly can't tell you what the exact bus is going to be like because I don't get to talk to the bus driver until about 24 hours prior to the journey. Diamond Tour sets up the bus, and then about 48 hours, they'll give me the bus driver's name and their phone number. And from my experience, I did try to call the last bus driver about 2 days prior. I even texted him, and he did not respond until the night before the trip. So I really can't tell you the exact information about the bus. I can tell you what all the buses are supposed to have, and that is, of course, air conditioned, comfortable seats, They have a restroom. Each bus should have charging ports at each seat. They should have Wi-Fi. Just know it's going to be like Wi-Fi that you can check emails, Facebook, things like that. It probably will not be strong enough to stream movies because we are going to be moving, so it could go in and out. Storage overhead and below. It's not as big as the storage on airplanes, but it is a little storage compartment where you can put your bags and things like that. I just want to say, do not overpack because you and your person sitting beside you are going to have to share that space. And if you both have lots of stuff that you brought on the bus, you're going to feel cramped. So I would say bring what you definitely need and must have, but you don't want to be so cramped where you can't move around and enjoy yourself. If you want to have over the back of the seat organizers, some people like those. You can get those at Amazon, any truck stop, things like that. Our travel days versus our tour days look a lot different. Travel days are the days when we're driving to the destination. We're going to do like 7 to 8 hours of driving that day. So every 1 to 2 hours, we will stop for a restroom, stop, stretch our legs, about 15 or so minutes at each stop. They're normally rest areas or truck stops, things like that, or a welcome center that have multiple stalls or bathrooms. Now, if we're on the road and someone just can't make it to our next stop, we will look for the biggest place in that area. Sometimes we've had to stop where there's only 1 or 2 stalls, and that just takes a long time. So we try and we aim to get the biggest places with the most stalls, which are like restrooms or truck stops. Now, on the travel days, we'll do like crossword puzzles, games. We'll have like some trivia, bingo. We'll just do some fun activities on the bus to try and break up the time. We'll watch a movie maybe, listen to some music. Of course, there's going to be downtime, so bring you a book, some crossword puzzles, things like that, that'll hold your attention, a magazine, anything like that. Now, on our tour day, normally that's short riding, so there's not a lot that we need to plan to keep us entertained. And normally we have our tour guides. Now, when we went to Niagara Falls, the tour guide was a national parks, the Niagara Falls National Parks tour guide. So wherever we're going, so it could be at Asheville for the Biltmore, it could be at Asheville, North Carolina tour guide, things like that. So they're going to be a certified tour guide. So they will get on the bus with us when we leave our hotel in the morning, and then they'll stay with us throughout the day. And then they'll go with us to our dinner that night. And then they don't stay at the hotel with us, and then they come back the next day. So that's how that works. They do recommend tipping the tour guides about $2 to $3 a day, since they're getting on and they're providing a service for us. The same with the bus driver. They recommend $2 to $3 a day to tip the bus driver. Let's see, lunch on the go. Normally lunch is never provided by Diamond Tours. Diamond Tours mostly provides breakfast and most dinner options. So just know that lunch is normally on your own. So just plan for that to make sure you have some cash or your credit card available so that you can get your lunches on your own. Now, if I've missed any of your most asked or wanted to know questions, let me know. We have 3 trips upcoming. We have the Biltmore, we have the Art Creation Museum, and the Cincinnati Museum. With the Biltmore, it's the Biltmore House is a full day. Dinner, we will tour Asheville, North Carolina, the downtown area. We will go to the Folk Art Center, and we will go to the Blue Ridge Parkway Welcome Center. I know they have like a movie and things like that. So those days will be filled with beautiful scenery. Deposits for any of the trips are just $75. That secures your seat on the bus. If for any reason you have to cancel up until 2 weeks before the trip, Diamond Tours will issue a refund. Let's see, the Ark. Biltmore is December The 7th through the 10th, it's 4 days, 3 nights. The price for double occupancy is $665, and the final payments are due we have to have them to Diamond Tours by 9:30. So I'm requesting that they be in my post office box no later than 9:20 so that we can get them to Diamond Tours. What that includes is 3 nights lodging in the Asheville area, 6 meals, 3 breakfasts, and 3 dinners. So they're covering the breakfast and the dinners for every night of the trip. So you only have to pay for your lunch. Full day at Biltmore, guided drive along the Blue Ridge Parkway, visit to the famous Folk Art Center, visit to the Blue Ridge Parkway Visitor Center. So if you are interested in this, we still need about 15 more people to get our minimum number, which is 30. Each bus trip has to have a minimum number of 30 people to go on the trip, or they could cancel us, or they could find another group departing on the same day, and we'll be on the same route, and we'll have to meet up, and then we'll combine the groups. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. The next one, the Ark and Creation Museum. It is April 19th through the 24th, 2027. 6 days, 5 nights. Double occupancy price is $775. It includes 5 nights lodging, 3 consecutive nights in the Cincinnati area. It includes 8 meals, which is 5 breakfasts and 3 dinners. So you will need to be able to provide your dinner for 2 of the nights, right? Let's see. Admission to the Ark Encounter, admission to the Creation Museum, admission to the Cincinnati Museum Center, and an OmniMax show. And there's more things that it covers if you want this paper too. And then we also have our Mackinac Island coming up next September. It's their Memorial Day weekend, so it is a 9-day trip, but since it falls on the weekend, you won't have to miss as much work. I actually have already received a couple of deposits for that trip, if you can believe it. So people are really excited about Mackinac Island, and they've already sent in their $75 deposit for that trip. And as always, the $75 deposit just holds your seat. If you can't afford to pay any more right then, that's fine. You pay at your own pace. So it's not like you have to pay something every month. If you can, it's easier for you that way. You can do that also. The final payment for the Ark is due February 12th, 2027. So if you have any questions about any of these trips, let me know, and I can mail you the information. Of course, you can find all this information on the group website, which is www.grouptrips.com. And then once you get on there, you put in effortless travel. Again, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you.